never tuck your town, I showed you that. Just here to put the city on the map. You bumping up your chest, but just relax. For your benefit, just keep it rap. There were some dark days and some hard days. And like this feeling days, you couldn't make it on Broadway. Big Brad Bronson, the bully, they can't belittle me. Plotting to get rid of me. Hottest in 2 industries, hottest for 2 decades, with scriptures for 2 centuries. Just to get the message, clap messengers and who sent for me. Success is not the purest form of payback. These weirdos supposed to say they wouldn't say that. Keep it clean and never bring dirt where you lay at. The way we moving, you would think.
Back for our number 2. We're continuing the theme of Women's History Month. I guess this will be the last installment of Women's History Month, right? Yeah, because next month is April. On this
That's
one.
crazy. Next month is April.
Flew by.
Next week is April.
Next week
rather.
is it? Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
It's. I mean, it's like January, February took forever. Then March flew by. Now it's about to be April, and it's like, what? Next thing you know, it's going to be halfway through the year. We're going to be like, oh no, summertime.
It's going to be August already.
Yes, we have a very, very special guest in the building. She's special, right? I can use special.
I want you to know you're special.
Oh, okay.
Okay. To break out the,
singing hooks and all that.
I got hooks now.
Yo, when it's a family, man, I gotta, do it a little bigger.
Okay. I mean,
that.
she has her very own IT company. 24HRBABY Baby LLC.
24/7.
Let's say
24 hours.
Let's give a round of applause and a big welcome to Erica of 24HRBABY. Welcome to the show.
Baby.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm just super nervous.
Don't be
nervous.
We good.
Don't be nervous.
Ain't no need to be nervous.
You around,
as long as you know your business.
That's it.
I know my business.
Okay.
Hold on. How you go from nervous to aggressive that fast?
I was about to say, nerves are gone. Just like that.
That was wild.
I know my business.
Yeah, that was wild how you just shook that nervousness off.
That's all. We told her, don't worry.
But the business part I got.
Yo, hit that extra button.
Okay,
I did.
we.
Now you about to be live.
See, now the nerves got to go away.
Now the nerves is up.
Now the
That's a
nerves
fact.
got to
So
go.
how are you?
Listening to me, it's not doing it.
Oh yeah, I forgot you got your own networks and all that.
That's a fact.
So let's get into that.
Yeah, let's get
How
into
did this start? First of all, in your profession, are there a lot of women?
Yes, I was going to ask that too.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. DSP.
No, good.
Not at all. Usually when I come on site, I'm probably.
You have to talk into
Yeah, you gotta talk into.
I see you trying to move the microphone. You have to talk into the mic.
Yeah.
I'm probably usually one of the only women on site most of the time. So usually it's very difficult because, say if I walk into an environment where it's typically just men, they may not even have a female bathroom for me.
That's crazy. Wait, in 2021.
Yeah.
Where I went to the Lincoln Center to watch I forgot what I watched. Oh, Shen Yun. I'm not going to talk about that. Because that was, never again. Let's just put it like that. I went there to watch this, and they had a transgender bathroom.
That's what I was going to say.
And they don't got female bathrooms in some of the places you pulling up?
Yeah.
That's
crazy. That's crazy. So what other things do you run into like that where, it ain't a space that they expect females to be in?
Well, sometimes if there is a separate bathroom and they don't expect a woman to be on site, a man will just walk in the bathroom.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Oh, no. It's a lot of Me Too's going on over there.
Yeah,
A lot of Me Too's. You opening that door and announced, oh, man. Kiss your job goodbye.
What are you doing? Get out of here.
Word.
And environment is usually different, too. So it's something that you kind of notice with, I guess when it's, women in the building or women that's, in your environment, too. Because I guess men... I guess you guys don't worry about coffee machines. You don't worry about toiletries in the office and things like that. So usually, for some reason, the women that kind of handle.
Cause we're here to work. We're here to wash our hands after we use the bathroom, and we're here to get back to work. That's it. Toiletries and we need a coffee machine
for the things that you need. So I have plenty of colleagues do you have lotion? Do you have
that just happened.
Do you have any?
Yes, because I'm only here to work.
I didn't bring lotion.
I ain't bring no lotion. I don't got time to lotion.
I ain't got time.
You know what I mean?
Moisturize.
You feel me? I only got time for these emails. I don't got time to be lotioned about. Come on, man.
That's
Dudes is
funny,
crazy.
That's
so.
Funny.
How did this start? 24-hour baby. How did this start?
Ironically, it started as a transportation business based off of the death of a cousin of mine. Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah. So when Donald passed away and everything like that, it took me a few
R.I.P.
hours.
to Donald, man. That's my guy.
Cousin of ours passed away. So when he passed away, it took me a few hours to actually get out to the family because at the time I just had my daughter.
Yeah.
I was working part-time for myself and things like that, and I didn't have a vehicle, so it took me literally hours just to get to family and things like that. So the idea of 24-hour baby came as a avenue for single parents to use for transportation for their children.
Oh wow!
Oh, so that was the origin.
Yeah.
24-hour baby.
And what year is this?
I want to say maybe 2010, between 2010 and 2012.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's how long you've been at this?
Yeah.
Well, you a vet.
Part of the business. That part of the
business.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's dope.
So then, how did you make that transition from dollar cab to tech genius?
Well, because it was out of my realm. I've been in IT for probably going on 15 years now. So
okay.
Transportation and especially children's transportation because there's a lot of legalities and things like that comes with it, especially child labor laws and things like that. So I was a little out of my realm, so it took a long time to get started. So after a while, I'm still working in IT, doing taking IT jobs and things like that. So one day I ended up working for another colleague of mine, and I decided to work for free for him because I was a little inexperienced in working with customers and things like that. I used to work in a warehouse with other techs.
Yeah.
So when he didn't need my skills at the time, so I offered to work for free. So when he taught me certain things about the business, I realized I can do this myself.
Wow.
It's a little difficult to walk up to a CEO sometimes, and that CEO doesn't know how to attach an email. So after a while, and I realized he's running this business like this, and I can do this.
You can do
10
that.
times better. I can do this too. So I started my own IT business.
Talk talk. Create your own on deck.
And what got you into IT originally?
My dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my dad, he used to be in the Army, so he used to come home with gadgets and things like that.
That's
So
dope.
I used to take them apart.
So
Hey,
wait, hold on. We're not gonna say this like it was a nice thing. You said my dad, he sat you down. He was like, "Here's a computer. This is no." So you stole his stuff,
and then you
broke his stuff. You stole his stuff, broke his stuff, and put it back together before you got beat.
Sometimes I wasn't able to put it back together.
Oh, so you got beat.
So those times you got beat.
There was no internet at that time. There was no internet. There was no YouTube.
Yeah.
So how are you putting these things together without the young
guidance.
people, the young people without a YouTube reference?
Yeah.
How did you put these things together?
I was just having fun.
Wow, fun.
Yeah, I was just, I would take something apart, open it up, and look at the insides, and if it didn't light up and think I knew I did something wrong.
That's dope.
That's crazy.
So,
So you, by brain power, memorize where you took something apart. Oh, I took this from here. You put it in a pile and then put it all back together.
And a lot of it was trial and error. I didn't mess up a lot of
Of course,
gadgets.
everything is trial and error.
But then when I started to go to school and go to the school library and things like that, I would learn on my own, things like that. So then eventually I built my own computer.
Wait, so before YouTube, people got knowledge from books?
What?
Oh my God.
You read a book?
Somebody read?
No way.
What is going on?
I thought that reading this fundamental stuff was junk and jargon.
I thought reading was for subtitles.
One of my high school goals, this is so lame, one of my high school goals was to purchase the entire encyclopedia. At the time,
Yeah.
I was like,
And how many? Yeah, it took up a whole bookshelf in the school.
Yo, y'all are fronting right now, man.
Yo,
Y'all two are fronting right now, man.
That's a terrible goal, bro.
What would you like to do, little girl, with your money? I would like to buy all the encyclopedias money can buy. Give me all of them, every volume.
I want to use them as a full-size bill.
Yo, that is crazy. But what's crazy is that led you to this point.
Correct,
I mean, I'm joking and laughing, but I know for damn sure when I was a young dude and they asked me that, I wasn't thinking about no books.
Not one.
There was not one book involved.
For me, maybe the East Bay magazine. That's the only.
Maybe East Bay. Maybe East Bay. Or maybe Game Pro. Maybe Game Pro had the joint back in the day. So if it wasn't those two,
I wasn't really checking for it.
Or choose your own adventure. Don't get me wrong.
I love those.
I would read a choose your own adventure book quick.
Those are dope. Yeah,
But
those are dope.
outside of those scopes, player.
Outside of that.
Yeah, encyclopedia. That's big. I gotta give you credit for that.
For real.
Even though we joke, but that's crazy.
Wait, did you read? You read an entire encyclopedia?
No, I couldn't afford it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I ended up,
But now
now I don't.
you can make your own.
I can kind of I can write my own probably. But
There you go.
Talk that talk.
Crazy.
Boss
Yeah.
talk.
Boss talk.
Boss talk.
So at this point, yeah.
Yo, so what's one of your favorite worked on? And why?
One of my favorite projects is when I worked at Robin Hood. I worked at a nonprofit
Oh, wow.
organization.
Wait,
So
wait.
the
Yeah,
Robin
Robin Hood?
Yeah.
Yo,
Robin
that's
Hood.
that's crazy.
Huh?
What year was this?
2012, the 2012 concert, the 12.
Oh.
Yo,
That's
Hold
hold on.
a big
So,
concert.
what are you allowed to talk? What are you allowed to disclose about what you did with that project?
Well, with that project, we like just the entire situation with Sandy and everything that
Yeah,
happened.
yes.
It was like the first time I experienced anything like that working in any environment. So we pretty much had during the time, not too many companies were prepared to deal with, being out of the office at that time. And, the whole office was flooded. So we pretty much had to improvise. Like, everyone on the IT team had to improvise. We had to create, ways that everyone can access the network and without actually going into the office and without preparing it ahead of time. Plus, while doing that, playing the concert and things like that.
Yeah,
that's a lot of work.
Crazy, yo.
Yeah.
That is a lot of
We
work.
all did it from outside of the actual building because we couldn't go.
Remind me, because I forget about how it went. Was that concert situation like a telethon kind of situation? Okay, I do remember that. Then.
It was a big concert.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So you were behind the scenes
Yeah.
navigating and
Yeah.
switching cameras and all that. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
the
it was
shadows.
In
Yeah, I
the
was gonna say.
shadows from the crib,
And
probably.
I was gonna say, she
Yeah.
said we weren't in the office. I
That's
was like, wow.
crazy.
It was the biggest concert, like even to this day, it's the biggest concert I've been to. The longest was like 5 hours.
Yes.
long.
Yeah.
But it was really amazing. You got to see so many different acts from different time periods, all in one roof.
Yeah.
That's great. Where was the concert?
I think at the Jacob Javits Center.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay, I do remember
Yeah.
that because they shut down the whole. Because I used to work in the city at that time.
Probably that like 30-mile radius.
So
or something
many
like-
blocks were shut down.
Yes.
First because of the flooding, but then on top of that,
The
You already
concert,
know.
that concert came in. The whole
You're
east
not getting
side
in
was
there.
You
shut
already
down.
Yeah.
know.
You're not getting
It's crazy.
in there. Yeah.
Crazy. Oh my bad. West side. The whole west side was shut
Yeah.
down.
So Erica of 24 Hour Baby, right? After you made the transition to now go into the IT world, right? What was your first time that you experienced joy from like having your own job? You feel me? Because it's one thing where somebody's like, all right, I work for myself, blah, blah, blah. But you're like finding yourself and finding things. But when you finally got that first job, completed that first task, talk about that.
I don't know. I think the first time that I probably experienced that was when it was me that was on site, and when someone tried to reach out to like a supervisor to follow up with things like that, it was on me.
Oh, so they said, can I speak to the supervisor?
It's like,
Well, it was,
yeah,
it
I'm right
was
here.
a weird situation. One of my very first, you see me sweating, right?
Nah, it gets mad hot in here.
Nah, it
all
gets
this
hot in here.
equipment is
Yeah, it
90
gets hot.
degrees in
And
here,
that
people.
TV
Don't be
behind
fooled,
you.
yo.
One of my first experiences was actually someone accused me of stealing.
Wow.
Yeah, so I
Terrible.
went on site. I was a contractor. And I went on site. It was a mall in Queens, and I had to pick up a device for a Macy's department. And the device, well, not pick it up. I had to try to sign in and get the device up and working. But one of the people on site wanted me to do more than what I was there for. So
Gotcha.
you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
You got to stick to what the
Intellectual
job,
on the
data.
contract.
the job
Yeah, yeah.
description says.
Yeah, and it's probably
100%.
privacy concerns and things like
Of course,
that. So
of
I
course.
guess they didn't like it or whatever. So after a while, like a day later, I leave the site and things like that, and I get a call from the person who set up the job between my company and his company, and he's saying that I took a device off site. So I'm like, well, you guys have cameras, you have everything.
Exactly.
Exactly.
At the time I was on a train, so I
Yeah.
took the train to the site. And it was no way I could take a big,
device like that.
It was like
Where am I at in the subway with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like one of those huge Dell Provisions and things like
Oh,
that.
wow.
So they accused me of stealing and everything like that. But it just so happened, like I'm a person that like apps on my phone. I like gadgets. And
Yeah,
of course.
like that. So on my phone, I had a recorder app on my phone. So every time I spoke to someone on the phone, when I checked in, when I spoke to someone about everything I did with the computer, when they tried to get me to do more than what I was supposed to do with the computer, it was all recorded.
Yep.
That's crazy. What
Gotta
app is,
protect
whoa,
yourself.
what app is that?
Whoa.
We don't pay for that.
Yeah, hold on. They tell him to send that check first.
Yeah, that's a fact. We'll talk off camera.
Yeah, tell them to send that check first. Hold on.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's,
So I was
You gotta
able
watch
to
these tricky women.
Gotta
man.
not even tricky women. You gotta watch these tricky IT people,
That's a
man.
fact. That's
She's
a
in the
fact.
shadows with it.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
so pretty much I recorded everything, and I told them, I'm like, well, I didn't steal, but I did take all their, like I got their voices and everything, so I sent all the screenshots, I sent all the, the MP4 files and everything like that.
All the receipts.
And they actually
Covered.
lost the contract with the person that I got the contract with. They lost the contract.
Of
over
course.
6
Of
months.
course.
Of course they did.
Of course they do.
But
You
you
can't
told
accuse somebody of something they didn't do, you know what I mean?
Come
Yeah,
on,
so
man.
when they wanted to speak to me and they wanted to like officially speak to me, and they thought that I was just a tech, but no, I was the CEO.
I was the CEO
Yeah.
of this
The
company.
CEO
Yeah.
still with
Uh-huh.
me.
Boss
Yeah.
talk.
I know they must have been
That
drawn
felt
back
good?
like, oh.
Yeah, because they were surprised. They, at one minute, I never like mentioned it. Usually, I don't I'm not the type to like throw my title.
Yeah,
out
of course.
there.
Yeah,
Of course.
So usually, I tell people I'm just a tech most of the time. So they always talked to me and spoke to me and gave me that energy of just a tech. Yeah.
Yeah, you want them to be transparent at the end of the day.
So you
yeah,
were
yeah.
the undercover boss.
Yep, pretty much.
Basically. Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yep.
Gotta watch you IT people,
He's like,
man. Y'all look
yeah,
tricky,
I'm,
man.
I'm just a tech.
Yeah. So what did you say about the CEO?
I'll tell the CEO myself.
You feel me?
Well, yeah, I love that. I love that.
That's what's up, man. So then, what year did you start this company?
Yeah.
Like what year? All right, not
When did-
start.
yeah,
when did you
the tech
revamp?
side, yeah.
Correct.
The IT part of it, I would say, started closer to maybe like 2015, 2016.
Oh, okay.
That's dope.
But now the part that I've probably struggled with the most is probably like a personality trait of mine, just marketing and kind of being social. So
Okay.
that part is where my team struggled the most. Where
Okay.
mainly me struggle the most.
Okay.
It's
okay.
all good.
Yeah, I mean,
Everybody
all it
has-
is.
Yeah.
all it
Everybody
is
got a
is
point that they got to bring somebody else in.
Yeah.
This is where you shine. Do your thing.
do your thing. And plus,
Yeah.
you got to break out of the comfort zone, too,
That's a
because
fact.
that's when you really start seeing things.
That's
Gotta
a
be
fact.
the
Because
artist and promoter.
I was just like you. Like, I didn't like being in front of the camera, none of that stuff.
I'm
But
still
then
fighting that,
when
bro.
I started doing it, that's when everything started taking
I'm
off.
still fighting
and I was
that,
like,
too.
Wow, okay.
Get the
Wait, hold up, hold up.
God.
Trust me, man. It's a struggle to be in front of the camera.
Okay.
Yo, I need you to put a big cap. When you make this, put a big cap over Brett right there.
If you do, I'll delete it.
He said I'm not posting it. I don't post it.
Nah, I'll just delete the cap. I know a guy that knows a guy that know a guy.
Well, I won't delete it. Behind the scenes footage, straight from the bling
Not
account.
the BTS.
They're gonna encrypt it.
Not the encrypted BTS that
That's
can't
a
be deleted.
fact. Yep.
Yeah, that's what's up, though.
That's what's up. But yeah, man, public speaking
Yeah,
realistically is a big thing for a lot of people.
yeah.
Fact.
You know, I tell everybody all the time, I know it seems effortless. No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not. I promise you. I feel it for a second. Like some people might get those butterflies like for a longer period of time than I do. But I get the butterflies.
But you've also did a lot of performing and all that. So
Correct.
that goes
yeah,
into that.
but I would
you
say
still get it though.
and I would say that if you don't, I feel like this. If you don't get those butterflies, then whatever you're doing, you got to get out of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And
That's
it's
how
not
I feel.
exciting. It's not,
Yeah,
it's not exciting to you. you know?
Exactly.
I don't know how to explain that to somebody that doesn't understand it. I can only explain it like that. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
If you don't get those, if you no longer get those butterflies when you have an event, when you step in a room, when you're doing your thing, if you don't get that feeling, that means like that's you out of that.
Yeah,
It's-
maybe it's
spark
not
is
your lane.
gone,
yeah, it's
not-
over for
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm just being honest.
That's
I mean,
facts.
because there's a lot of things that I feel like I put my hat on to do, but the things that I felt that I don't know, those butterflies for.
Yeah.
I just kind of stuck to those, and
Because you appreciate that feeling.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it lets you know you're alive and you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
I would say that's one of the natural highs. Like that's one of the natural highs of life. Adrenaline and
Yes,
that butterfly
feeling. Yeah.
I mean,
So
you get
true.
the same feeling.
What do you do when you're like nervous? Because like sometimes when I try to get over like fears, I try to do things that kind of makes it easier. So I started modeling. So
Okay.
when I was modeling,
I remember you and Vita was getting it in.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
and
Oh wait, so you modeled too?
Yep.
Yo, I got a lot of hats out here, girl. Who's that girl? I see you out here, yo.
Perfect guess, bro. Perfect guess.
During that time when I modeled, like, you know, it was the worst interview ever. 'Cause I completely walked off in the middle of the interview. Like, while he's asking me questions, like, I completely walked off. And then another part of it, we had a prop. So I think I had like a bathing suit. I had like a 2-piece bathing suit, but I was so scared of being up there with the boombox that I had, and it hit the owners of the event father in the head.
Oh my God! Wait, was it a real boombox?
Inflatable.
No, it was like an inflatable.
Oh, okay.
I thought she threw a trick.
So-
Like,
The radio Raheem.
So it's safe to say you didn't win.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Usually when you assault the owner,
usually don't get that award. You know?
it usually hurts your chances of victory. But that's what's up. So hold on. So you're the queen of tech, right? You're the tech giant, techie bunny, doing your thing, right? 24-hour baby, doing your thing. Modeling, you were doing your thing, you know, because you wanted to jump into that hat to get rid of the butterflies, that stage effect. So like, is there anything you can't really? Because it seems like. And you box. Hold on,
got them hands.
Nah, but wait a second though. You heard how she said that to
she
me
said,
though.
I
Like,
box.
yeah, like, yo, what's up with this energy from these guests?
Yeah, they looking at you, bro.
Yeah,
It's
you
I
saw that, right? Like, is there anything else you could do? Like, she could have said anything
Yeah,
else.
she
Like,
said, I box.
yeah.
You asked.
So you're telling me right now, other than boxing, there ain't something else you do? Oh, all of a sudden, yo, this is crazy.
I'm a mom.
Okay. So boxing comes before momming because
Said I box.
yeah, I said, is there anything else going on? Yeah, chump.
Clover Lane on you, like
You feel me? These hands.
It's the lights, man. It's the lights.
Right?
That's what's up.
Like,
So
right now.
talk about that boxing. I mean, this is Women's History Month,
Yes,
right?
it is.
And we are supposed to be celebrating women that wear many hats.
Yes.
So obviously you fit the mold. So now talk about this boxing, because that is totally different from anything else you're talking about.
Right.
So how did you get into that?
Well, actually, I used to kickbox in high school. So when I was
That's crazy.
younger, I used to, like, you know, it was
Now
a
I get
trainer,
it.
His name was Wilfa. So he used to, like, my school at the time was a very small school in downtown Manhattan. So we didn't have a gym. We didn't have a gym, and we didn't have an auditorium. So anytime we had like an elective, or any school like basketball or anything, like we had to leave the actual building and go to the YMCA about 2 blocks away.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Wait, your school didn't have a gym?
No.
She
That's
said no
crazy.
gym, no auditorium, man.
But she also said Southern Manhattan, so
You already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
She's in that
downtown
financial
Manhattan.
You
district.
feel me?
Yeah.
You ain't got time for no gym. You ain't
Yeah.
here to hoop.
Yeah. Pretty much.
We-
Right. We want you to operate the gym remotely from your house.
Remotely,
yeah, you ain't here to
That's what
hoop.
you're here to do.
What
Like,
you
ain't
think
here to
this
play
is?
Basketball.
Sweat? Yeah, right.
We don't do that.
When we have like town halls inside of school, we just like compile into the lunchroom.
Dope.
wow.
But not to get off topic, back to the boxing. How'd you get into that?
Oh, so as an elective, I wasn't really like into too many sports. I used to run track though, but I wasn't really into too many sports.
Yo, you Jamaican?
And I used to play tennis.
Are you Jamaican, yo? All right, I'm gonna ask every guest, yo.
Many hats.
Yo, after I hit 13 hats, I gotta ask, man. So that's what's up. So tennis, like, I'm sorry, it's
Track,
hard to keep up. Tennis,
tennis.
track, boxing.
Yeah, boxing is probably the one that stuck with me the most.
All right,
Nice.
now why the boxing stuck with you the most? Like, what was the passion for boxing? And who was your favorite boxer as you get into it?
My favorite female boxer is Ann Wolf. And my
Lady
favorite-
Tyson.
Yeah,
Yes.
my favorite male boxer is Mike Tyson.
Brooklyn in the house, huh?
Yes.
And also,
That's what's up.
my grandfather, her uncle, her grand uncle, they all used to box.
Oh,
All they
okay.
used-
It's in the DNA.
Yeah,
Okay,
they-
okay.
A
they
DNA.
Yeah, they about that life. Man.
Speaking of DNA, rumor on the streets is that you have a cousin in the NBA.
Yes, finally.
That's crazy. Who's your cousin?
Who's the cousin? Hey.
Shout out to Obi.
Shout out to Obi Toppin.
Kenobi. And stop trying to bash him in the highlights right now.
Oh yeah.
He has a little rookie streak, a little 5-game streak. It happens. Relax,
like
yo.
He's
Relax.
getting used to the multiple games, man.
Yeah.
And they robbed him in the dunk contest.
Go check them highlights, boy. Relax.
They robbed him in the dunk contest.
Stephen A.
That
Smith.
Piff Bling is back.
Relax.
Yeah, you gotta.
They're going ham. He needs to be traded. He needs to.
Yeah,
relax,
they're killing him. I was like, relax.
Not Stephen A.
Yeah, of course, Stephen A.
Not Stephen A. He don't want that work.
We grew up with his dad. Like his dad, the twins playing ball. So
okay.
We
Shout out to Big
that.
Obi and Octavius. Yeah,
So
the original twin towers. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We knew that there was always going to be some way of shape, form in the league.
So you knew.
We grew up seeing them in commercials. We grew up seeing that. But and my family's big, so we have generations between us. So little Obi is actually a generation under us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we get to
His
see,
dad
like,
is
his
our
dad,
generation.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the generation above us and everything.
Dunker's Delight. They talk about him all the time.
Dunker's Delight.
Okay.
Shout out to
That's our
Dunker's
cousin.
Delight, yo.
Yes.
Wow, yo. What's going on with this? Like you got a lot of things going on.
Yeah,
Surrounded by greatness.
Yes.
Man.
For real.
Yes,
I know it was hard to. You need more than a half hour.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, because look, no funny. It's
5 minutes
already
left.
5 minutes left.
Yep.
You need more than a half hour.
Seems like
You
that.
have a lot of things going on.
And I didn't even ask you the tech question I wanted to ask you because I really wanted to know what the most intensive project that you've ever worked on where you really was tapped in this is crazy. I've never worked this hard.
Yeah, where you really
this
had
much.
to zone in.
Yeah.
I would say probably one of the last full-time positions I've had. I worked for one of the last full-time positions I had was. It was a similar company to what I am now.
Yeah.
But it was literally I learned something new every day, which was pretty cool.
Oh,
That's
dope.
crazy.
So,
Yep.
Wow.
And in IT, that's hard to do unless you actually go for certifications and you
Yeah,
go
yeah.
seek out knowledge because you have to keep up with it.
Yeah.
So, but in that environment, it was so many different companies under so many different environments, and every time an issue came to me, it was I had to start all over for that company.
Yeah.
So I had to go
You had to
figure
really
out,
lock in.
who you are, and, what your environment is, and then what software you're not allowed to use in that environment. And then once that call or that issue is done, if you're there on site, it's the next company.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
It's not the next client or the next user. It's the next company.
Yeah.
So every
So
issue
you
is
had
a
so
company.
basically that's when you became a consultant because you couldn't just cookie cutter here. That works for you. That works for you. You had to learn everybody's situation, figure out what their solution is, which is consulting, and then move forward with the solution.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you also had to build their environment, on top of
That's
that.
crazy. Yeah, but that's the IT part. I'm just saying you have to
That's
take
the
a
misconception of IT.
Yeah.
consultative
is?
approach to IT.
Yeah, because a lot of people think because we're text, if you don't have an issue, you're not doing anything. If you're, we're not calling you downstairs because the emails aren't working, what are y'all doing downstairs?
They have no idea.
Keeping everything else afloat.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Every second, this thing could crash, and y'all making sure that it's running.
It's running.
Yeah, so the issue is actually, that's the difference between a help desk and a service desk. So the issue is actually, by you having your issues and me not training you to learn how to use email applications and programs and things like that, you're stopping the IT flow. You're stopping the productivity of the group.
Yeah.
So now we have to help you resolve these issues.
Yeah.
But if you have an IT environment where they actually teach their client base and things like that, you no longer have a help desk. Now you have a service desk and you can get something done.
Dope.
That's dope.
So speaking of that, what
That's
kind of
great.
services can people pull up to you to receive?
Well, since COVID, we kind of revamped a lot of our services. Because now we're primarily remote. So for the most part, we do a lot of integrations with your network. We create websites now. We maintain and monitor websites now. We do network infrastructure for your environment. We still do service desk support, so that's still one of our main deliverables. What else?
How much did COVID change the company?
It didn't change too much because we a lot of the things that we can do is already remote. But what it changed is just going on site. What it did help is you can go on site and no one is there.
Okay.
So that's
easier to
kind of
work.
when it comes to certain environments, we do get a lot of field work now. But other than that, like what it did change is just the interaction between users. So now like if you never like use your email at home with no IT present, that's hard.
Okay.
And things like that. If you never like set up your own printer at home without any IT help, that's hard.
Oh yeah.
So, and that's what people are going through, and that's what environments are like dealing with right now. But for us, that wasn't a big deal. For us, the biggest deal was just the transition of different streaming services and what people needed compared to what they needed previously.
So do you think the situation of COVID, obviously barring like personal matters, do you think that hurt or helped your business?
I would say it helped. And I would say it helped because I think the only reason why it helped was because my overhead wasn't as like drastic as some other companies. Like I didn't have, a whole bunch of locations. I didn't have a whole bunch of employees and things like that. We're a small team, so when it happened and we had to isolate and we had to quarantine, that was nothing. So the issue was just other people needing our services, and now it's a little nuts. Like
and
just
kind of shifting to that virtual aspect of it versus being there hands on.
Not even just virtual. When you realize like how many people really just don't know how to like just
do anything.
Like true. I've had people call me because they didn't know how to like use their phone with a QR code.
Oh wow!
So they didn't know how to start the. I mean,
no, there's a lot of people out there that don't know what they're doing.
So how many clients are you currently taking on right now? 24-hour baby.
Right now we probably have like around. My goal is hopefully to get like close to like 55 in the next like month or so. But right now we're at 30.
That's dope.
That's 30 clients.
About 30 clients.
And that's really without promo because
I was just about
promote.
To say,
you don't. You
just said.
You like shy away from that part of it. So
that's 30 consistent clients. I have other clients that come to me and they need certain things or need me to do something in their environment and they don't pay me monthly. Or they don't pay me like consistently. But they'll come back every few months, whether it's just support. So I have other clients in that regard, but 30 consistent clients that I speak to daily.
And that was word of mouth.
Wow.
You got most of
That's word of mouth. So
30 clients.
When you start the promo, oh man,
you'll
get to that 50 in a month or two.
Yeah. It's gonna go crazy.
For sure.
Wow.
But that's why I have to hire more, and that's the area that I'm kind of learning to kind of be.
Of course, take your time with that. Yeah.
Well, not even just take my time, but kind of be the like in the trenches with the tech.
You want to learn everything and be hands on.
I never want to lose my technical skills, so I always want to. Eventually when I get fully up and running, when I do have more than one location, I plan to eventually like go down with the techs and work and still do those things.
Keep your sword sharp.
Keep my skills. That's usually like the issue that I kind of run into now, like
and
kind of letting that part
too.
of it go and doing more of the administrative stuff.
Yeah. You wear a lot of hats, and this is what I tell a lot of business owners because I'm a consultant 9 to 5, so it's like you got to delegate. If you don't learn to delegate, you could be the downfall of your own business. You know what I mean?
Self-destructive.
And balance.
You got to worry about growing this business. That's the other thing. You got to worry about growing this business. Teach everybody the day-by-day ins and outs. Yeah, get down there and spar once in a while to keep your skills sharp, but you got to delegate in order to grow.
It's impossible not to.
Yeah, it's a fact. It's a necessity, man, for sure.
Fact.
But, man, this was great.
This was a crazy interview, man, and we
hour flew by.
And it's crazy because like we wrapped up like Women's History Month. We had a lot of beautiful, educated, dedicated women on here that do their thing. So all you dudes out there with the I can't find me a good one. I don't know, player.
Go to the YouTube, player.
I don't know, player. There's a couple of them out there. So definitely lock in and try to find you one because they're probably not looking for you.
No,
they're too busy.
They're too busy. That's what I'm about to say.
Too busy
working.
So,
if she ain't busier than me, it can't be.
Hey, not the bar.
And that's a
But no, thank you, Erica, for putting up 24-hour baby.
24-hour. Cheek, where the Cheek product at? Come on.
Wait, no, we gotta plug that. We gotta plug that.
Facts. Cheek.
So what's this?
I actually have the what is it? Overnight serum. What do I have on my skin?
So that actually, we was actually like laughing. I gave you the wrong one by accident. So you actually have face cream on your skin.
It's all good.
Yeah. So this is actually my daughter's line.
This is
Oh.
fire.
Your
Shout out
wait,
to
what?
Jordan.
What?
So my
Shout out to
daughter.
Jordan.
I love this. I love
My
this.
Your daughter already got a line?
Yes.
Well, yeah, she started her own.
Tell the
business,
people how old she is.
How old is she?
She's 11.
Oh,
Yeah.
What?
Step your game up.
I'm outta here.
11-year-old CEO? Come on, man.
That's crazy.
We should have brought her
Yeah,
on here too.
and you drop mad gems before you get into it, so you already know you get the gem drop times 10.
Wow,
Oh,
that's
man.
dope.
But yeah, tell us about Jordan's line, yeah. What's going
Well,
on with
yeah,
Chick?
originally she wanted to actually come up with like a device similar to like what I have. Like she wanted to create like a device for kids.
Uh-huh.
But, you know, that comes money, prototypes, and things like that. So I told her to start off a little bit smaller, start off with something that she's more comfortable with. And things like that.
Yeah.
So, and this is what she did. She wanted to do something for, like, kids and
So
girls.
we got
like
beard
that.
cream here. We have
What?
face scrub here. We have Restore cream, which is facial cream as well.
What?
And then we also have the Tea Face
what's up.
Mist. I don't even know what that's for, but
That's for the upper echelon.
for real, I ain't never missed it in my
That's
face.
for yo. That's for Dylan.
Yo, dude,
You know what I mean?
That's for champions.
Yeah, that's for champions.
champions only. Have Dylan in the picture,
You
like,
feel me?
yeah, yes. No, that's what's up. Like to
Word.
hear an 11-year-old going about her own business.
Entrepreneur.
That's lovely.
Yeah, I'm proud of my family, man.
Fo-
I'm proud of my bros.
following
I'm proud of
mama's
my family.
footsteps. You know what I mean?
Facts.
That's what's up.
This is
man.
crazy.
What?
This is crazy. 24-hour baby is out here. Daughter got her own line going. Yo, you got to give it up. And while you were talking, I was letting the people see your phone.
Yeah, because he had mentioned your phone earlier, so he had to show the
Had to
world
show
how
the
crazy
people, like,
the phone
yeah,
is.
'cause before
That
you
phone
go-
is
Yeah, keep
lit.
talking. Go ahead. Y'all can keep talking.
That
And do what y'all
phone
do. You know, do y'all
is
shout outs.
lit.
But
Got her logo
I never
popped
seen nothing
up?
like this. I never seen nothing
Come
like
on,
this.
man. That's
I never
amazing.
seen nothing like this.
I like
Just
Folding
like a
a
book.
folding touchscreen.
That's
Folded
fire.
touchscreen, dual screen. By the way, dual screen.
And you could do your work from there too, right?
Yeah, this I like to do my, I like to work
Dual.
on the go.
I've
for the most
I've
part.
never seen this before.
So
in my
are you going to
life.
create, are you going to get into, let's
Crazy.
talk about the products real quick in less than a minute.
Yes.
Are you going to come out with your own products?
It's like hardware
Yes,
technology.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Woo.
Awesome.
Because I
So-
build custom computers on the side.
Yep, yep.
Scratch.
I
From
forgot that
scratch.
too. So
Yeah.
I build custom computers.
See, you need another
Yeah.
episode.
So, yeah.
You need
Yeah.
another episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Because
gotta
people
come
need
back.
to really understand
Yeah.
what you're doing day to day.
This
yo.
is the
It's crazy.
24-hour baby teaser.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
gonna call
we
that
gonna,
the
we gonna bring
teaser.
her back. We gonna
Yeah,
get a
yeah.
full
Yeah.
hour.
Fact.
Next
For
time I'll
sure.
probably come with some pictures of like some of my builds and
Yes.
things like that.
Hold
That would
up.
be dope.
Actually, we might be able to roll this out in Purple Vegan Mama's kitchen.
Uh-oh.
And really
Not the
dive
purple
in.
vegan mama palace.
Y'all can pull up to the palace.
Why? So y'all
have
can lose
some-
in game night? That's what's gonna happen.
We taking all game night phase.
Yeah, before he even get into it.
Couples, yeah, we taking all them game night
Before he
phase
even get
couples.
into it.
at the Purple Palace. You feel me?
This is a beautiful episode.
Yes.
Great energy. One more time for
Yeah,
the one
man.
time.
Thank you.
Shout out to 24
Thank you
Hour
for
Baby.
coming.
Where can the people find you?
Yes.
24hourbaby.com.
Yep.
Any 24-hour baby social media. And info at 24-hour baby. Pretty much
Gmail,
any
yeah.
like social media. We don't have like a physical like location just yet.
No doubt. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
what's up,
Okay.
man.
Thank you. Thanks for
Thank you
pulling
for
up.
pulling
We love
up.
you. We appreciate
30
you. Yeah.
clients
Yes.
on the way to
Yeah.
55.
Yes.
Yeah, they all better be watching when we drop that visual.
Hey, that's
As soon as we drop it, it better say at least 30 views right out the gate.
Thank you. We about to take this picture. We out of here, man. Thank you for listening.
Let's go.
Peace.
High carbs gave the energy to never quit. Guess it was the bread in me.